Hello, quilt artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel under the needle quilting and crafts. So, we actually got some snow. Not much, and definitely not as much as they predicted, which is good for us. But we actually got a little bit. It was a bit icy. I did have to go out in it for a little bit yesterday, and I could hear it hitting my window. So I knew it was that icy snow and not like the soft, fluffy snow. So I haven't tried to go out in it because I like the soft, fluffy snow or the powdery snow, not so much the icy snow. So I didn't play in the snow or anything like that. And to me, it wasn't enough. We didn't get enough to try to make snow cones or snow milk or any of those other desserts that people try to make from snow. But we did get enough for my office to offer work from home Wednesday, Thursday, and also tomorrow, Friday. It's Thursday, thankful Thursday. So I am extremely thankful for that. I am thankful that we did not get the full 6 to 7 inches that they were initially predicting. And when I saw it and people were talking about it, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know. I can't speak for the entire state of North Carolina, but in my backyard, I probably got an accumulation of a couple of inches. The issue is the cold. The low last night was like 16 degrees. So the wet snow was already icy, and so everything is just a brick of ice. Adrian wasn't able to get to work today. He tried to go to work. He couldn't go in. As for me, I didn't even try. Normally, my requirement is to go into work 3 days a week, but holidays count as days in the office. If I take a vacation day or a PTO day, that counts as a day in the office. And if the office is under a voluntary work from home day, of course, that counts. So Monday was a holiday for me. That was President's Day. So I already knew I only had 2 days max. So when I woke up Tuesday morning and I saw that the weather was still predicting we were going to get 3 inches, I was like, yeah, my office is going to definitely, and not just that, but it was going to snow like all day Wednesday, right? And so since it's going to snow all day Wednesday, they're not going to have time to clear the parking lot to make it safe for us to get in there. So I knew that we were going to be voluntary work from home at minimum Wednesday and Thursday. Now, those people that don't have a laptop, they get a little extra because if you don't have a laptop and you don't have the ability to work from home and the office is closed, I believe you get a free day off. I don't think my job makes you use your PTO, but it's been a long time since I didn't have a laptop, like 10 years at least. So I've had a laptop for a long time. So I don't know if it's changed, but that's how it used to be. But as for me, I'm thankful that we got a little snow. It's nice to see a little bit of the white stuff out there. We had so many winters where we got no snow at all. So to see just a little bit out there is nice, even though the aftermath of it is kind of ugly with all the ice. And I don't think it warms up for us until, is it Saturday? When does it finally warm up? Sunday, really. So Friday we have a high of 43, but the low is 20. That means whatever melt is going to refreeze. Same thing for Saturday. We have a high of 44 but a low of 24. Sunday we have a high of 56 with a low of 29. So with those 3 days in succession, everything should be good to go by Sunday. The kids should be back in school by Monday, I hope. If we had gotten this weather in New York, we would have had it would have been business as usual. At least when I was a kid, we would have went to school in this on the bus and all. But North Carolina, not quite used to it. So that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful we got a little bit of snow. It would have been nice at Christmas time, but this is still nice. It's nice to get a little snow. And I'm thankful that I did not have to drag my tail into the office this week. Now, it would have been extra nice if the holiday had been next week, so I only have to do 2 days, but you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. I had 0 days this week, so I know last week I told you guys I was stalking a yarn that I did not need, and so to humble myself, I wrote down a bunch of projects that I would like to do that I already have yarn for, And I found myself still looking at that yarn. So I wrote down more projects, and now I am up to 20. I've got 20 projects written down here. And then I know there's more. There's more. So I've got 20 projects written down. And that was very humbling. I think I was at 15 before. Now I'm like fully up to 20. So I have not looked at the yarn since then. So that's good. I've just been watching other people look at yarn, looking at other people's yarn unboxings, and I live vicariously through them because I don't need any. I can't justify it. I need to get rid of some as it is. But I don't want to do anything yet because I don't know what's going to happen with these prices. I don't know if the prices are going to increase. You know, inflation has been like just since 2019, pre-pandemic versus now, like most of my fabric and yarn supplies have gone up anywhere from 15 to 30%, which is pretty steep. So, it's, you know, it's just not a good time to destash. I don't want to destash right now because I don't know what's going to happen. Or maybe is that just cope? Is that just cope on my part? Am I just like making excuses to not destash? We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what happens. So yeah, got that going on. So I was pretty productive this week. I was really proud of myself. In addition to finding 5 additional projects that I have all the supplies for, I did most of what I set out to do. So I was working on this Cocoa Nibs project here. And I think I showed you guys last week 6 of my completed blocks. I had 10 blocks completed, but I had 6 sewn together into the quilt top. And excuse me, I had 5 additional blocks that I had not yet completed, and I wanted to get those blocks done, and I have. So all of the blocks are completed for the quilt. I just need to put them together into my quilt top, you know, sew them together into rows or columns, and then put them into the quilt top. So that's what I've got left to do. I'm excited about that. That was one of the things I wanted to get done, and I did. I wanted to finish those 5 blocks, and I finished those 5 blocks. So I'm excited. I was proud of that. This is an old project here. This is an old project from that I started in 2019 or 2020. Like if I really wanted to, I could go back and find out when I started it, but it's not that serious. Another thing I wanted to get done, I got mostly there. So the Ruana that I'm working on, I wanted to get all the ends weaved in, which I did. The only end that I did not weave in was the very first starting tail. Or I don't know. Or maybe it was the ending tail. I'm not sure. There's one. I don't know. Now I can't even find it. But there's one tail that I didn't weave in. And it was because I wanted to use it I didn't know if I needed it for anything. Here we go. This one. This was the very last. I take it back. This was the very last tail. And I think I did it to delineate right side or wrong side or something like that. Or left and right. Now I don't even remember why I left it on. But I got all the other ones weaved in. And that took some time. I think the next time I do a project with this many color changes, I don't think that I'll wait until the end to weave my ends in. I don't think I'm going to do that again because it was just a bit time consuming and tedious. So I don't think I'll do that again. I had weaved in a few, but the vast majority of them, I would say 80% of the ends, I waited to weave them in until I was done. I wanted to get started on the border, but that didn't happen. Mostly because I was reading the instructions for the border, and they didn't make sense to me. The instructions didn't make sense. So I wanted to go watch a couple of YouTube videos where they did the project, and I watched the videos, but it wasn't really helpful. It didn't answer the specific question that I had. So I'm going to go back and look at the pattern again while I have my garment laid out. And then I'm just going to take it from there. And if it still doesn't seem right to me, then I'm going to just wing it, right? Because the pattern says to start your border with like right side facing up. And it says to start in the lower left hand corner at the back and go across the back. And then it says to go up the left side. But if you start in the lower left corner, you would be in the right side. So I don't know if it's just a mistake in the pattern or if I'm reading it incorrectly. So I'm going to revisit that, but I do want to go ahead and get that started. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that though. I do want to do it this week. I'm just not sure if it's going to be something I want to do today. I'm filming this on my lunch break. It's 2:43 p.m. I started work a little early today. I had a full schedule today. And so I wanted to get a jump on things. So I started work at like 7:15. Normally I start work at 9:30. But I started work at 7:15. And of course, this morning would be the day that my computer wants to do all these updates and stuff. And so I have to install all these updates and restart. So by the time I actually got started, by the time I actually got logged in, it was like 40 minutes later. It took me like 30 to 40 minutes to get all of the restarts and the software installations done. So I was kind of miffed about that because, when I'm trying to log in early to get an early start, and then I have to spend 45, 30 to 40 minutes just getting logged in. So that was a hassle. That was a pain. But I got logged in and I just kind of worked straight until about 2:15, and then my eyes needed a break. My body needed a break. I realized that I hadn't moved. I hadn't gotten up to use the restroom, nothing. I just was sitting there sipping my coffee, working, and I needed a break. So I'm on my break. Got me some wings, leftover wings. I made a huge pot of chili last night since the kids are home. So I made a huge pot of chili so they can eat that today and tomorrow. I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking till Sunday. Let's see what else we got going on. And I've got one other blanket. And my goal was I was working on one of these skeins like this, and it was almost done. And so my goal was to finish that skein, which I did, and then I started another one. So I actually got farther than I expected. But I love how this thing is coming along. I'll show you guys. Oh, it's so heavy. I don't want to pull out stitches. Where's my yarn attached? This is her. I am super pleased with it. Super pleased. So basically, I will keep working until I finish these two skeins. I'm thinking this is probably what I'm going to end up working on tonight, just because it's mindless. And after like a really busy day at work, that's kind of what I'm looking for, is something on the mindless side, something I don't have to think about. And since this is literally just double crochets and that's it, there's nothing to think about. I'm probably not going to be starting the border on my Ruana tonight. And I'll just work on this since it'll be way easier. I haven't worked on my other project with the squares, the sampler, because I haven't been at work, and that's my work project. Now I do have extra yarn because I had to buy 2 packs, so I do have extra yarn. So if I really wanted to, I could pull one of those skeins and work on something if I just wanted something that wasn't what I'm already working on. Like if I didn't want to work on the Ruana and I didn't want to work on this heavy blanket and I just wanted a square, I could grab that yarn and work on a square. I do like that I have that option. The Pound of Love comes in a 16 ounce skein, but um, the yarn that I replaced it with comes in an 8 ounce skein. So I have two 8 ounce skeins instead of one giant 16 ounce skein, which makes the project a bit more portable. Not more portable, but it enables me to have a backup set of yarn here at the house in case I did want to work on something. So just so you know, I have that option, at least for now. Um, yeah, so that's what I've done in my crafting. Um, I do have a live sew coming up on Friday. I will put the link down in the description. I will be sewing with Katie, the Greenland quilter, Greenland. I don't know. Sometimes I talk so fast that it feels like I'm mumbling, and I know that I am. So I'll be sewing with her, and also Charisse Spain. I'm familiar with her because she did one of the Stronger Together patterns for Fat Quarter Shop. She was the designer one year. And I purchased that pattern, and then I got on her mailing list, and I ended up testing one of her patterns called X Marks, like X marks the spot. Yeah, it's called X Marks. And so I had tested one of her patterns, and I still get her emails, but I only tested the one pattern because I be taking on too much sometimes. I don't like having deadlines in my quilting sometimes because it adds a layer of stress to something that is supposed to be a stress reliever for me. This is to relieve stress. So I don't want to introduce stress and deadlines and stuff like that. So that's been a good time. Yeah, that's going to be a good time. So I think on that day, I'm not sure if I'm going to work on my border on Saturday or if I'm going to work on something else, a quilting project. Maybe I'll finish. Well, no, I can't really finish this because it's so big at this point. Um, the only way I can finish this is if I go upstairs and lay out the blocks so I know how to sew them all together, and then I can use my handy dandy tiles to mark the column so I know how everything gets sewn together. That's one option. If not, I'll either pull out one of the small projects from the Open Gate Quilts subscription box, or maybe I'll work on my blocks from the Fat Quarter Shop quilt along from last year. The one that wrapped up in April or March or April of last year. Maybe I'll work on that. I haven't decided yet. But I usually try to work on something simple during that time because there's lots of conversation going on and there's a chat to watch and respond to. And so I don't like having something that's really complex, because if I have something complex, then I can't really pay attention to the chat. So there's that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. We'll see. I know some of my blocks for that project are pre-cut. So they're already cut out. So that kind of makes it appealing to maybe work on. But I don't know. I haven't decided. You guys let me know what you think. I don't know. But I'm excited about that. I tend to be more productive when we have those live sews. I was very productive the last one we had. Very productive. Is there anything else? What have I been up to? I haven't really been up to anything because since I spoke with you guys on Saturday, not Thursday, it's only been 5 days, and today is one of them, and Saturday was one of them. So, so my stepdaughter, they won second place. They won second place, in their division. Um, there were, I think, 6 teams total. Three of those teams made it to finals. And when we watched the 3 teams perform, and when I watched them perform, I already knew that they were going to come in second place. Even though I'm not into color guard, I've watched enough ice skating, all the figure skating, gymnastics, the flag gymnastics. I've watched enough tumbling and artistic dance to know who was going to come in first, second, and third. And I was right. Her team came in second, but was still a major accomplishment because they were the only middle school. They weren't just the only middle school in their division. They were the only middle school there, period. So for them to place second amongst a bunch of high school kids was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I was really proud of her. So they placed. Monday was the holiday, and literally Adrian and I stayed in bed all day. And when I say all day, I literally mean all day. We only got up to like eat, use the bathroom. I think he cooked breakfast. But other than that, we spent the entire day in bed and just watched TV and just kind of hung out. And that's something that I enjoy doing, but it's not something he's ever been able to do. Like literally just wake up, get up, make some breakfast, get back in the bed and just stay there all day. And we did that together and it was a great time. I love days like that. Tuesday I worked from home. Yesterday I worked from home. Pretty solid days. It's been kind of busy lately. So I prefer when I can kind of take my time, when I have like just enough to like kind of take my time. Today is not one of those days. I'm giving myself the full hour lunch. I'm going to try to log off on time. I don't know. I don't see myself logging off early. On time would be 6:30, even though I logged in early. Theoretically, I should be able to log off early, but I've got so much to do. I just don't think that's going to be a possibility. I think I'm going to have to do the full 6:30, which is why I'm taking my break now and having some wings because it's going to be a long day. I expect tomorrow to be the same, and I expect to have to work a little bit on Sunday, and I mean Saturday, one of those days. I'm expecting to have to do a little bit on one of those days. We shall see. I'm expecting Monday to be another busy day. I normally don't like to go into the office on Mondays. I hate going into the office on Mondays. It is the busiest traffic day. But I'm probably going to end up going into the office on Monday because I'm so much more efficient. Like I'm pretty efficient at home because I've got the 3 screens. And as long as I close the door and I put my earbuds on, I can focus pretty well. But when I'm home, well, in general at home, I tend to get up more, which is good in a way. At work, I have to make myself get up because I've worked in the same office since my son was born in 2007. So I've been working in the same office since 2007. And so sometimes it was so crazy busy. I was working 10-hour days. I would get up in the morning, check my email on my laptop from bed, organize my day from bed, get up, get dressed, go to work all day, work late, come home, log back in, and work some more. So part of my brain is just conditioned when I'm in that office to just not move. And it's also incredibly quiet in there. We don't have enough people to fill the building even when we're in there. So it's so quiet that like I don't want to move around a lot. So I just tend to be still and not move much. I have to remind myself to go to the bathroom. I have to remind myself to eat. And that's kind of how today was. I really walled myself off today. I really walled myself off because I just needed to be focused. But I still feel like I have more space when I'm in the office. And that helps me with my efficiency. I also have bigger monitors in my office. So in my office, I have 2 giant monitors. And then if I bring my laptop can serve as a third monitor. So I can have like my email on my laptop, and then I have these 2 giant monitors for my work. When I'm home, I have 1 large monitor and 2 smaller monitors. And you would think it wouldn't matter, but it actually really does. I'm much more efficient with 2 giant monitors than I am with 3 smaller ones. So there's that. But I was really focused today. I'm really dialed in. I'm really in the zone, and I'm working on it. I got a lot more to do today, though. What was I going to say? I'm pretty backed up on responding to comments on my videos. I'm sorry about that. I normally try to respond to all comments in some way, shape, or form, and I have not been up on that. But I've been kind of busy. I've been pretty busy between work being busy, being in the office last week, and all that good stuff. I guess Monday would have been a good day to do it, but I just really took a full mental health day on Monday. I didn't do anything. I did absolutely nothing, and it was glorious. But I'm a bit behind. I'm caught up in my crafting, but I'm behind on everything else. So that's how my stuff has been going, guys. I'm really proud of myself. I got a lot done. I've got about, how much time do I have left? I got about 15 minutes left of my lunch break, and I think I'm going to use that time to, I don't know what I'm going to use that time for. I'm going to use it for something, though. I'm going to use it for something. So anyway, that's it for me. This video is shorter than last week, thankfully, because I talked way too much last week. Hopefully my sound quality is a little bit better. I know my mic was in a janky spot last week, and it impacted my volume or the sound quality. So my apologies for that. As for now, I'm gonna, I don't know. Maybe I'll lay out some of these blocks. That'll be just enough time for me to lay out these blocks and maybe figure out what order they go in. Maybe that's what I'll do, and go ahead and get them pinned. Because if I go ahead and get them pinned, then when I'm done working, I'll probably just go ahead and sew them, because I don't have to cook tonight. So that's a blessing. Since I made the big pot of chili yesterday, I don't have to cook tonight. So I'm going to make it my goal. It's 3 p.m. now. My goal is going to be to log off at 6 and sew until 7:30. And then maybe, I don't know. I'm so tempted to just go grab a layer cake and grab my my Missouri Star giant tumbler template and cut the entire layer cake and just sew all the tumbler shapes together. Y'all know what I mean by tumbler shape, right? This I got a pen. Hold on. This one. I have the one for 10-inch squares, and I'm so tempted to just go grab me a layer cake and cut it out and make that my project for this weekend. But I can't. I can't do it. I've got too many works in progress. I can't do it. I can't justify it, but I'm so tempted. I might just cut it out. I might just cut it and just only cut. I might do that. I'm really tempted. I'm super tempted. I think I'm just going to do it. I already have a quilt cut out. That white box right there. I have so many white boxes over there. Y'all can't even see the one I'm talking about. That one right there. This one. It says 2M on it. That's a quilt that I cut out last year. So I think I might just cut another one. I'll just press the squares. That'll be a nice kind of mindless thing to do. Just grab my best press, spray my layer cake squares, and then go ahead and just cut it out. I won't be surprised if I end up doing that. I'm going to try to control myself. We'll see what happens. Anywho, thanks guys. Thanks for watching me. Happy Thursday. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.